Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one of my live videos, and today I'm going to be officially updating you on some breaking news that I've just read on recent reports. Now, it's regarding Bale. It is regarding De Gea now. Now, according to some reports I've just read, the David De Gea rumours are now back again. Currently, now it's cleared out now, basically, that they're willing to sanction the deal of Bale if David De Gea is included in this, and we are willing to negotiate with David De Gea. As Mourinho did say before, he was 100% confident that David De Gea was going to be staying at the club for good. But now the rumours have come back again about David De Gea now could be included as part of the deal for Gareth Bale. A keeper that's been absolutely fantastic for Manchester United. He's been here since Moyes, Van Gaal, now Mourinho, and he's potentially the world's best keeper in the world. He has risen up the ranks with Atletico Madrid. He's risen up the ranks, and his performances for Manchester United have been absolutely fantastic. And we know Real Madrid have still got that long-standing interest in David De Gea. They've been interested basically since January 2015 when it all went to complete collapse. David De Gea I don't think he wants to leave the club though. He's born in Madrid, he has relatives in Madrid, his girlfriend's in Madrid. And look at his overall stats, and his stats are absolutely dramatic. And the honours he's won with Manchester United, he's been at the club for altogether 6 years now as David De Gea. And now the rumours have come again now that Real Madrid are making a move for David De Gea as maybe part of the Gareth Bale deal. The reports are suggesting anywhere with Bale, more things will be discussed, that it is £90 million that Real Madrid have set out. This was according to the Don Ballon Spanish publication, that Manchester United willing to pay £90 million, which is just a little bit more than Paul Pogba last summer. Bale, who's got tremendous speed, he's good in the air, he's skillful, he's quick, he can cross balls into the box as well, tremendous speed. But apparently now Gareth Bale, as I said, he's told Luka Modric and a couple of his teammates that he does want to leave Real Madrid, and now he has been banned up to the Premier League clubs. We know Manchester United have been negotiating. He also said Chelsea had been negotiating for the current player, and before, obviously, the agent of him was confident that he was going to make a move to Manchester United. They've come to an agreement, as I said. Florentino Perez and Zinedine Zidane have come to an current agreement that they don't need a four-man attack. Obviously, they're still convinced Ronaldo will stay, even though he's going to div in a couple of years' time. We heard the rumours about that last month. He could possibly be leaving. Then, obviously, Benzema's just signed a new deal. So, Bale's basically lost his place anyway, because Isco has took that place. He's been having fitness problems though. He has been injury prone, so he hasn't had that many starts last season due to his injury. But overall, he's a world-class player, and his Tottenham days, we've been interested in Bale since 2013. We've been interested in a lot of people since 2013. We haven't got then. We didn't really get Bale though. He has been at Real Madrid 4 years. He's won a amount of honours. He's been absolutely fantastic for Real Madrid, and I think he is keen on making the move to Manchester United. And Mourinho wants to get this deal finalised. He wants to get this deal done because he's basically said he wants him to go publicly, hand in the transfer request so he can accelerate the move to come to Manchester United. And Jose Mourinho had disregarded it before because he wasn't confident or convinced that he was going to be coming to the club. He had no desire to leave the club. But now it has come to an agreement from Florentino Perez and Zidane that they do want Mbappe. He quoted out yesterday Zidane he'd rather have Eden Hazard over Mbappe, but it looks like Mbappe may go to Madrid and Eden Hazard is going to be going. He wants to go to Barcelona. He has notified them as Eden Hazard. But Bale's been fantastic. I think he's scored 67 goals in his Real Madrid time for Real Madrid. He's also been at Southampton in the past, and he's fully Premier League proven. He's Gareth Bale. So every club he's been at, he has performed fantastically well. He's now basically classifying him as the main priority target because now the Perisic deal's off. It's got to be Gareth Bale. But now Real Madrid are being stubborn again. This is why they're so hard to negotiate with. You saw the signs with the Morata. you know, with James Rodriguez. This is why they've been able to negotiate, and now the rumours have risen up again of possibly maybe David De Gea maybe part of this deal. Like before, it was going to be there were rumours that he was going to be part of the Morata deal coming to Manchester United. It was going to be part of the Ronaldo Morata deal coming to Manchester United. So Real Madrid are just being totally stubborn in this situation. Manchester United are not going to offload David De Gea no matter what. But this is what's been said. They're interested. The rumours have stemmed up again that they'll currently want David De Gea to Real Madrid. So I do not know, guys. I do not know. But he will not go because he's potentially the world's best goalkeeper in the world. And Moreira's number 2. So what that, guys. But now, going on the favourite, it looks like Bale will, if Real Madrid get this deal finalised for Mbappe, we will get the capture of Gareth Bale. It's reported it's 90 million. It's £90 million for the player, which is a lot good money for a player which Real Madrid did pay. Was it £100 million from Tottenham? But yeah, anyway, Barcelona look, as I did say to you, are looking for replacements for Neymar. Now they've got basically money to burn apparently, but now Ousmane Dembele is being thrown into a mix. I think possibly, if any personal terms being agreed, they've put Borussia Dortmund have price tagged him out as a 90 million to £100 million player for his outstanding performances for Borussia Dortmund and France. But apparently the representatives are going to go to Germany and meet up to negotiate a possible deal. So to the Barcelona director is going to meet up with them as well to negotiate a possible deal. There's no fee being agreed at the moment, but Barcelona are willing to pay between 90 and £100 million for the player. And Ousmane Dembele, I think he's keen on the move. He's explained how much of a big club Barcelona is. You know, he's also had interest from Arsenal. They had a bid rejected for £50 million. So now they've got money to burn of Barcelona. Whether Borussia Dortmund may be reluctant to sell him, whether they do want to currently sell the player, I do not know. But he may be open to the move because, as I keep saying, when big money's getting thrown at you, when you've got the money to do that, what you've received, then it's hard to reject. But Ousmane Dembele is probably one of the highest prospects and young age talents in world football. So too is Mbappe as well, as they both play fantastically well for France. And they've looked at loads of replacements, but they could burn money as the 198 million they've received for Neymar on Griezmann and Ousmane Dembele. With Griezmann, Wavfranc made it clear he does not want to leave Atletico Madrid. He's got a buyout clause that they could meet now. They could meet that, not at this moment in time because they have got that transfer ban, but in January they could potentially meet that release clause. Could Barcelona of Griezmann's. I hope he doesn't get him because he would be a main priority target for us in January, because we've got strikers of Martial, Lukaku, Rashford, Ibrahimovic. Not sure what's happening with him yet, but disregarding Ibrahimovic, you know, with Martial, Lukaku, Rashford, we haven't got a substitute striker, so it's still important that we do get a striker in the January transfer window, and Griezmann will be the main priority target for Mourinho to get in. So Barcelona could maybe still possibly get him if they offer the right kind of money, which they can do now. So it looks like they possibly could burn Neymar's money that they've received on to Ousmane Dembele and Griezmann, but they've also thrown other players on the radar as well. So we'll see what happens. But as I was saying with Bale, now Real Madrid are trying to include David De Gea of part of the deal. So I don't think Mourinho will go along with this because he was guaranteed that he classified him as a young, honest boy. And he quoted out, he praised him, admired him, and he was basically guaranteed that he was not going to leave Manchester United, David De Gea. and he's happy with Manchester United. He really is happy with Manchester United. So I hope we do get Bale if Real Madrid get Mbappe, but now they're trying to get David De Gea involved in the deal as well. And as I was saying with Eden, they've also Eden Hazard has come out, a main priority target for Real Madrid basically for the entirety of the transfer window. He's come out and he's notified Barcelona, the heavyweight giants, that he does want to make the move. I don't know if there's any bids put in, but Barcelona will, with that money they've received, they will to pay maybe a staggering amounts of money for Eden Hazard. He's an absolutely class player. Look at his performances for Chelsea, and his passing abilities absolutely sublime in the middle of the park for Chelsea. He'd probably elevate himself to that higher level if he did go to Barcelona, even though he's at a good side now. But we know Conte wants to get at least another 4 players in, and that is an important figure for Chelsea, is Eden Hazard. He's a very, very important player in their assets. He's laughed this off, he's basically resisted, and he's reluctant to currently sell the player. Conte doesn't want to sell Eden Hazard, but Eden Hazard has publicly come out and said he does want to make the move from Chelsea, as he's been there 5 years as Eden Hazard, you know. So we'll see what happens. But he does want to make the move, does Eden Hazard. And Zidane did quote out that he would prefer Hazard over Mbappe, but we know Mbappe has just suffered an injury as well. So Real Madrid do want to get the deal done. We know a catalogue of teams have been in for Mbappe. You know, they're judging him after one season. It is a bit insanity, but you know, the amount of teams that have the amount of interest he's attracted from other teams as Mbappe, you know, with his outstanding performances for France, his performance last season, you know, he'd elevate himself to that higher level. It'd be interesting to see how he would communicate, how he would cooperate at Real Madrid, Barcelona. He won't go to Liverpool because Liverpool are not an elite opposition anymore, and plus there's better options for him out there than Liverpool, and he just basically wants to get on that radar, does Mbappe, as another one of the world's most expensive players. He'd become one of the world's most young expensive players. I think it would be nearly £200 million is this, if Real Madrid are to capture the player. But he's even come out as Mbappe and said he does want to currently leave Monaco. He wants to go. He's a Real Madrid supporter, and he does want to make the move. So basically, it's all depending on Mbappe whether we get Bale or not. We know Barcelona have made inquiries for Mbappe, you know what I mean? Loads of teams have been interested in the player. As I did say, Barcelona want Coutinho, as I keep saying. He's adamant he does want to make the move. There has been negotiations going on between the two clubs. There has been bids being rejected in the past. Coutinho's been at Inter Milan before. I think he's been at Liverpool 4 years now, but he can take credit for his performances. They are absolutely fantastic, Philippe Coutinho's performances. And he's adamant he does want to make the move, but Liverpool reluctant and resist selling. But I said, when big money gets thrown at you, it's hard to reject. Even if it's one of your most essential players, we've seen it in the past before. We have seen it in the past before. So it's interesting to see when huge bids are getting put in to for Premier League players. I like to say it's interesting to see how the Premier League react to that big money, even if that player is essential. So Barcelona will to pay over £100 million for Philippe Coutinho. So it could be a long-term replacement for Iniesta, you know. If he's, you know, I think it'd be a fantastic combination, you know, with Suarez, with Messi in there, you know. That's from Barcelona's point of view. So they have targeted loads and loads of players. So with Chelsea situation, as I updated you yesterday, Chelsea are looking to hijack a couple of players. They're interested in Virgil van Dijk from Southampton. Virgil van Dijk is rated as a £60-70 million player, allegedly supposed to be one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. This was according to Ryan Bertrand a long while ago. A player that hasn't gone to pre-season with Southampton. A player I think is still recovering from injury from January. Liverpool have been there. I think they could be in emergence of front runners to be in there. Chelsea are now making inquiries that are currently getting the player on the board. But Chelsea really aren't exactly short at the back. They're not really exactly short. They've got Alonso. Obviously they've lost John Terry. They've got Rodiger as a new signing. They've got Aspilicueta, they've got Gary Cahill, they've got David Luiz, So really, they're not really that shortage at the back. I don't think that's Conte's main. Let me explain. The defence line's not one of their main things they need to strengthen up, really, Chelsea. They've already spent over 100 million. They're looking to address the midfield more. And also the same situation with Aurelio. They're looking to hijack him on potentially making a move to Manchester United, because come out the other day that personal terms had been agreed. This was 95,000 a week, 4 million per season for the player. They were still negotiating a fee. I think it's now the valuation is £27 million. A player that's got a bad reputation, so Mourinho may not have been keen on the player in that sense with the bad reputation he's got. He's been convicted of assaulting a police officer, another assault, and he's currently banned from the UK. So he has got them visa issues and the disciplinary issues that he has got with his bad reputation may not make him a move to Manchester United. It just all depends on what happens on Monday with the current court case with Aurelio. But he's not going to get that first team football at PSG. He's not going to get, because Dani Alves is now there at that right back position. He's 24 and he's 5'9", so we'll see what happens. But Chelsea are looking to also hijack him as well. Chelsea also want Alexis Sandro, but Juventus maybe will reluctant to sell him. Same with Debye, because Juventus have lost Alves, they've lost Benucci, and with Alexis Sandro, Chelsea have recently just had a bid of 53 million rejected. I think there has been negotiations going on. Chelsea are willing to pay up to £61 million for the player to break the world's defensive record, just like Manchester City have. I don't know if Alexis Sandro does want to leave the club, but Juventus may be reluctant to sell the current player. That would then depend on Alonso at that right back position, whether he get first team football at Chelsea. Would they offload him, Chelsea, if Alexis Sandro come in the board? Also, Chelsea are looking to adjust the midfield, or they want Danny Drinkwater. They wanted Alexis Renato Sanchez before, so Chelsea is still interested in lots of targets. And as I did say with Alexis Sanchez now, PSG have showed their interest. We know Munich, we know loads of teams have been there, but now Sanchez has quote out that he now has told Ozil he's keen on staying at Arsenal with kissing his badge. He's looked fantastic training. He's looked very, very happy, to be quite honest with you. And as I said, Arsene Wenger stood firm in this situation. He stood firm, basically saying he's disregarded everything the media has said. As Sanchez did say, he wanted Champions League football. He was sick. He didn't attend that training. But now he's training. There may be second thoughts now of him departing the club, because he's told Ozil he wants to stay now. But basically, the president of PSG, they have good communication, do PSG and Arsenal and Arsene Wenger in that aspect. If he really wants to step his move up, the PSG president, if he wants to catch Sanchez, he will start negotiating stuff with Arsene Wenger. And Sanchez has had negotiations with Arsene Wenger as well. We know City, he has been keen on making a move to City, because he's keen on he's keen on reuniting with Pep Guardiola, and he does want that Champions League football. But now there may be second thoughts that Sanchez could be staying at the club. Monaco have apparently put a 45 million bid in for the player. Is that all to do with the Thomas Lemar deal? I do not know. But yeah, guys, we'll see what happens in that situation. But yeah, also with the talks of Fosu Mensah, as he updated you the other week, that right back position, apparently he only made 11 appearances last season. He's played in a majority of the pre-season games. Fosu Mensah is a right back, but it may be hard for him to get that first team football, so it may be ideal to send him out on a current loan deal. We know Watford have had their interest. Now Crystal Palace are interested in getting Fosu Mensah. He's a player that is good. He's still young. We've still got a lot of good youth players in our system who have performed fantastically well in these pre-season games. But as I said, if you've got Lindelof, Bailey, Darmian, Ashley Young, Rojo, Smalling and all that, and Jones, and and you've Blind, and you've got all them players there, and Fosu Mensah can play as a midfielder. He can play at right back, and he can play at centre back as well. It's really going to be hard for him to get that first team football, so nothing's been decided as yet. but Mourinho could sanction him off on a current loan deal. So we'll see what happens in that situation. Anything else to update you with today? And also Liverpool also do need to address the midfield more as a situation, as I did saw on Sky Sports yesterday. There's rumours that Chan could leave. They've only got Salah on the board at the moment, and there's Barcelona after Coutinho, and Adam Lallana has just recently suffered an injury as well for Liverpool. So they'll be frustrated with lack of investment. They do need to spend money in this transfer window to Liverpool, and if they did offload Coutinho, they would have the money to get the replacements they wanted. But in this transfer window so far, Chelsea are doing good business now. We're upping it a bit now. We have got 3 players, but Mourinho wants at least another 1 or 2. Everton have done fantastic business in this transfer window. City so far have done fantastic business in the transfer window, especially with Monaco. But yeah, as I'm going back to the favourite of the David De Gea, but now that apparently the rumours have come back now that now Real Madrid are only willing to sanction Bale off if David De Gea is part to do with the deal. So I don't know what's going to be happening. I'll have to read more into it. Read more into it, guys, to see what happens in that situation. So anyway, guys, I am going to go now. I am going to go have a glance at some more news. Subscribe to Chazzaboy Davenport as always, and I'll take it easy, and I will see you later on. Bye.